Hi everyone, welcome to the channel for a new battle report. This is the third game of the Swiss Fondue League, which is basically a league that we play within the Swiss group. I was paired this time against Xavier, so I got 10 on the first game against the Beastard. Very bloody fight, then got the 20 against Cyborn Elf, and I was sitting on second spot after that. Xavier got 2 big wins, so it was on the first table, but not an easy matchup for me against KOE again. Again, why? Because the two battle reports, one after the other, are both against KOE, but that's two very different games, first, very different list, and were played very much apart from each other. It's basically just because of the release production, I had to wait for the French qualifier to be over before I would post the one against Juggernaut. So basically that's just the reason why I post one KOE after the other, but they were played far away from each other, so quite kind of funny. My list is the following. I don't recall what I played in the last battle report, but you have Lamassu and Adept Pyro, which I'm trying out. I keep the small cheap Vizier, which I like, still the Bastion as well. In core, I went for the 35 levies with bow, 20 levies with bow, 22 studded guard, the double Lugos, Kadim Carnate, Rocket Battery, Kadim Chariot. We are still before 305, so still old list, so to say, because this is going to be released most likely after. Xavier's list, he's playing a different list than what you could expect from KOE, because he has more infantry than what you could expect. So he's playing a big unit of Order Warden together with a BSB on foot, and also the mage is on foot. He has also a second infantry, so we have this base of infantry, then two small sergeant, a unit of Edge Knight to add some lateral movement, the double Penitent, which was very strong also before update, obviously, the Reliquary, which helps all the Warden, and then double Naiad to create some openings. We play Breakthrough and Bottleneck for this match. The primary is clearly to KOE advantage. He has the advantage of the charge range, which means the board control. He has more scoring unit and more mobility, so definitely very hard here primary for me to play against him. Secondary, he won the roll for side, was Defender, which was obviously good news for him, no matter what. He didn't get this time conserve the numbers, which was good news. He needed to kill one of my flyers, and I need to kill one of his Penitent, which is obviously not easy. Pass to victory. Find a way for the primary, get some board control, range damage for me. For him, obviously focus on the primary, find a way for his Order Warden to be active, and try to stick ID unit with Naiad Penitent to then try to countercharge. That's basically the way you can use them. Those units to try to hammer me, stick me into fights that I don't like, and then countercharge. It seems not easy for him to engage the Lugar and the Bastion in the front, so we need to find a way to attack my battle line, but against those units it's not so easy. And like I said here, Defender and playing second is definitely better. You will see also the map is definitely giving him a good advantage, so I would have liked to win that role, but I don't. And overall I felt negative about the matchup. So he cut the map this way, which is quite interesting, because for me I have an impassable on the right, which makes hard for me to deploy on the right, and on the left, as you can see, it's hard to go for the breakthrough because of this impassable. So we went back and forth. I had to start. I put the Vizier, then he put, what did he put first? We had definitely the Edge Knight when one of the first, then I went with Kadim Chariot. Then he went with, I think, some Sergeant, probably. And when he was at 5, so I dropped 4 things. I think I had the Scholar, the Kadim Chariot, the Vizier, and maybe Levies on the left, I would say. Something like that. And after that, or the Lugas maybe. And he dropped everything then to start the game, which I can understand, because he can put me under pressure, as you will see, and try to box me into my deployment zone and not get out. But obviously hard for me to go, because my strong flank has to be top left. It's harder to go top right around. Playing around an impassable is never comfortable, even with Ghost Step. So I thought, let's go heavily on the left. And then it's hard for me to get the touchdown, because the closest I can really get is here. Here on the left is not so easy to field multiple units. So it's starting with an advantage based on the map. What I tried to do here is try to block the Folk Hero He started somewhere here and he can do 32 on turn 1, which is crazy. So I block here with the Lugars, block with Incarnate, He had no spot to hide except behind the Vizier, which I was okay with because it's far away from my battle line. And I tried to play with a small base. You see the unit, the way we both deployed. So I tried to go with a small attacking base on the right flank, thinking I can threaten him. And on the left, put my scoring and try to push. So have those Lugar to block the forest, get Citadel Guard into position to bring Disciple and Levies, mostly, not this one, but the two on the left, into his deployment zone. That was basically my game plan here. But I need to find a way to progress on the left, while my Bastion is kind of shielding and my advance, basically, and having the Lugar here mainly as cover and counter charge. And on the right flank, I thought maybe I could attack the flank, but you will see it's going to be hard with the Naiad, which I underestimated a little. So we go into the stun one. I did something I didn't know, is that you can use the Defender Vanguard to make 6 on the scouting unit. Didn't expect that, and then he's able to do 12 and come into that positioning, threatening my Kadim. And I do some math, and I realize that actually it's going to be really hard, because the Kadim charging full Naiad is still going to be here, and then can counter charge me, so I cannot really get rid of them, which makes already my deployment mistake, let's be honest. Putting the Bull with secondary and the Incarnate on the right here is not going to end up well, basically. Yeah, he pushed towards me, you see, kind of boxing me in. You see his battle line. I mean, it's hard for me to go into deployment zone that is behind his line, so it's not going to be easy. He's going to get unlucky into multiple magical phase casting value. He tried to do Guardian, the Wild Guardian, 4 dice fails, then he gets Hereditary, and I dispel the last one. I think it was maybe Insect that he tried, or something else. But yeah, he got at least Hereditary, but a bit unlucky for the Wild Guardian. Yeah, I think he tried Wild Guardian, failed, Totemic Summon, dispelled, and then got Hereditary, basically. My turn. I went with the Bull to chaff the Naiad. I could make it that the Penitent cannot charge me. What he can still do is charge me here, go around and chaff me here, and there was nothing I can do to really avoid that. Was it a good play? I don't think so. I think at this point of time I should have accepted that my Kadim were lost, and I could have just moved away with the Bull, go back into the zone and accept. I wanted to save the right flank, but I think it wasn't doable, and I had no way to fly over Impassable into nice spots. So from here I couldn't fly 12 over to the Impassable, so I had no good spot to hide, and I couldn't really propose anything very interesting here. And I think it's, yeah, you see already it's not going to end up well. So it's hard for me to progress. I push a bit forward, Magic Face, I get Pyro Flow into his big unit, I kill 1 guy, I got a Fireball, I kill 3 guys, so yeah, 2d3, do more than 5d3. It's not going to be the only time. Shooting, I kill 2 wounds of the Naiad, I kill 2 guys into the big unit with Bastion, and Rocket Battery as well, shoot here. The Rocket Battery might be controversial, I put it on the far left, which I think could make sense, generally speaking. He can play here far away from me, like that, he's out. But considering the fact that I put the Incarnate and the Bull playing on the right, I can allow him to play outside of the range of the Rocket Battery and safely get point. And I think that's a huge issue. I wanted to give room for those guys to move back, but yeah, I think here the main mistake is to deploy far right with Incarnate and Bull, and I start quickly to realize it. Yeah, Rocket Battery then shoot into his big unit, so I kill some more. So I start to trim them down to kill some unit, to kill some to make it more manageable and less dangerous. His turn 2, also got a token into the unit with my bow shot. He reposition a bit on the left, you see, shuffles around, here does what I told you, charge, chaff, and prepare the Penitent to charge me, obviously. Here I covered the movement of those Penitents. I didn't want them to escape and start to put pressure and to force my Lugar to shift too much towards the bottom of the map. Magic Face, he failed Totemic on 4 dice, yeah, very unlucky. Then he goes 5 dice World Guardian into the combat. Yeah, I know, the risk is low, probably too low. When you 5 dice, it's like 1.5 or 1.6% chance of blowing your mage, which is very, very, very low. And lower than in version 2.0, which was close to 3%, so definitely lower. But still 5 dice at this moment of time. I don't think Wild Guardian is game breaking. If he loses the mage now, I mean, it's going to be long 4 turn without any magic. considering the impact of Swarm of Insect and Totemic Summon. So I generally think that's a mistake to 5 dice here, but I understand it's about risk management. He thought it was worth it, so he made it. He miscast, but only 19, so he didn't lose the spell. He killed 6 of his own levies, and I was able to do Swarm of Insect into those guys, which opened for me an opportunity. I did 4 or 5 wounds into the unit, so really nice, because this allows at least my Kadim to be able to get those Naiads potentially later. Close combat, yeah, he does 3 wounds to me, I do nothing to him, and I just popped, and he gets a secondary, so that was a bad decision. My turn 2. I continue to push forward with the Bastion. Each turn I'm going to do 4 and shoot, 4 and shoot, 4 and shoot. On the left I start to realize that those light troop guys are too annoying for my Vassal Levies, and I want to push them into the deployment zone. So I go in the inside with the Vassal Levies and in the outside with the Chariot to cover the movement here on the left. Start to move a bit with the Lugars, but I cannot move much to cover those guys, to push, to threaten my bunker of the Mage. So I cannot do much more than that, obviously. Nothing else in the magic phase. I'm going to try Pyroflow, but 4 dice. It's my turn to fail a good spell on 4 dice. I dispel the Fireball, and I get at least Hereditary into those Naiad here, which is quite good because this allows my Incarnate next turn to get them. And here I'm able to take advantage from a mistake from my opponent. I'm able to reform out. Those guys cannot contact me in the charge. So perfect for me. There is no way he can charge me, so I win another turn. I know that the Incarnate are going to die, but I can win another turn, and that's going to be precious for me. Yeah, what else? Shooting, I go into those guys, kill 2. I think I shot here, but I did 0 wounds, which was crazy. And did 1 wound to the Naiad, and that's about it. He's turn 3. Yeah, he chaffed me again and prepared to charge me with both, but he's going to lose another turn. And on the left, yeah, it just tolls me. You see the way he's boxing me in, getting the pawns on the right, getting into the breakthrough. And yeah, during his turn, I realized that he's on a comfortable 15-16. And I'm not going to allow that. So I need to find a way to speed up the game, to change the pace, to bring more risk, to bring more versatility, because I don't have much to lose, 4 or 5 points. And I could gain some points, so I need to take risk and to change the pace here, which is what I'm going to do on my turn. He fails now Totemic on 4 dice, which is crazy. I dispel Swarm of Insect, he gets Wild Guardian into the Penitent, so at least he get that. My turn, I charge into the Naiad, try to take care of them. I push my Bastion, push Lugar heavily this time. I can get into a nice position. I can basically here block to not allow him to escape any line of sight. I move the Chariot to the side and reposition the rest of the unit. The Bastion continue to push forward. And to the magic phase, we get Pyroflow into the Naiads with reroll to wound, but only 3 wounds, which was disappointing. Fireball got dispelled. Hereditary fails on 2 dice, and with Bowshot, I'm going to kill 3, and that's exactly what I wanted, is to tempt him to charge me potentially in the flank. Basically what he's going to have on his turn, he could double charge me here, which could be tempting, and I wanted to take risk and tempt him to take those kind of combat. We will see. You can, in the meantime, think about if you would take it or not. What happened with the Bastion, I kill 4 cavalry, rocket battery, kill 3 infantry guys, and the close combat I do 6 wounds, he does 3 wounds, which is, you see, average-ish, and he depops. So I needed that spell to make it easier for me, the reroll to wound and so on, and I get him, so at least I get the Naiad's point. That's it. His turn is contemplated the charge, but after making some calculation, he realized that he might win, but not by much. That might be, most likely, it should be a 8 rerollable for me. And if I stick, I can countercharge and get stuff. And you see, that's exactly what I want to happen in this game, because I'm losing from far away. I need to engage. I cannot engage myself because I'm not charging far away. So I need to tempt him to engage me, which could be nice, but at the beginning he thought, okay, let's charge, and after a while he realized, okay, I'm not going to charge because I could just get the Sergeant, and that's the first point for the breakthrough, which might matter a lot. So I would be really happy to get that because I have very good counter charge setup. He's not going to charge, chaff me with the Naiad, get my Kadim on the right, obviously, move the Penitent into a better positioning, and the rest just reposition. So you see, yeah, skipping that option. I jumped the Mage in here, which is going to be interesting. And yeah, just get that ready for the breakthrough, saving his secondary, makes his secondary get some points. So he forced me to take the risk. In the magic phase is going to fail another totemic. No, I dispelled the totemic this time, and then he failed Swarm of Insects, so really unlucky. 4 magic phase, 4 spell, failed all of them on 4 dice, which is crazy. Close combat, I kill one penitent, he popped me, my turn. I double charge into Naiad because I realized that speed up the movement of my levies. It was a 2 on the charge, luckily with the banner I could reroll because I made a 1. And I get into better positioning and closer to the deployment zone, and he can then charge me, but I could reform in a good way that is not going to get any flank charge, so that was perfect. I set up the chariot out of his line of sight to cover his movement and get ready for counter charge. My Bastion continued to push 4. I reposition my Lugas, reposition my Lamasu, and that's it. Magic phase. Yeah, I see an opportunity. I could Bastion shoot here, plus the magic, plus potentially the rocket. I mean, he has 19 levies. If I kill 15, I can target the mage. It's not impossible. It's not impossible for Pyromancy and Bastion, considering it has only a 5 up, 6 up. So that's doable. I'm going to do Pyro Flow into those levies. I do only 2 wounds, but then the Fireball does 4 wounds. Again, Fireball doing more than Pyro Flow. Then I shoot with Bastion. I kill 7, so I kill total of 13. Needed 2 more. He has 2 panic check to take on 8 rerollable, which would have been very, very dramatic if he would have failed them, but he made both, and Rocket Battery shoot into the big block, kill 2 more guys. So yeah, the mage and a couple of guys, but not many, he could jump in here. Second reason for me to targeting that unit was the fact that it could easily break through, so I wanted to make sure I cannot. Close combat, I kill him, but he just killed 1 Lugar to deny me 1 static for future combat. He's turn 5, yeah, he just go out of the way, he go into my flank here to just push a bit, but not going to do much, and those guys try to escape. Magic phase is getting Totemic Summon, I dispel, Swarm of Insect fails on 3 dice this time, crazy magic. My turn 5, I took some time to find the perfect push, but I found it. Those guys cannot charge here, it's an impossible charge due to the Lugar. The Lugar gives the front to everybody, the Hedge Knight are too far away, I get the counter charge, I can move here with 8 into deployment zone, and those guys can move also into deployment zone, and the Bastion comes here within 12 to target with magic. Yeah, I think I move, I'm not sure my magic, yeah, magic maybe I wanted to target that, not sure about that, but I could get the Bastion, and you see he has not so many models, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I need to kill 7 to shoot him potentially with the rocket battery. So I thought that might be worth it in 2 turns. Basically, that's about it. In the magic phase, I get Pyro Flow into infantry. I kill 3, he's going to be shaken. So that's 1 problem less. I get the ward save of my Lugar, which I think wasn't worth it, to be honest with you, because he wasn't going to charge me. But I was a bit afraid of this charge here on 4 if I fluff my Bastion shot, basically. That was the idea. Fireball, I kill another guy in the unit shaken, rocket battery into the penitent to make the charge on 6, not possible on both units. Was very important to avoid the flank here. I needed to make 1 hit, I made it, but I killed no penitent. And Bastion, I kill only 3 guys into the big unit, so not so important, not so damaging for him. His turn 6, he has to give some points. He has to give away some units, some points, because if not, I'm going to enter into his deployment zone. So he chaff my levies here. I can charge, obviously. I go away with some scoring unit here. He chaff me. I cannot get into deployment zone. Here I have no musician. I cannot get into deployment zone, so he makes that well. I have a charge flank, which is going to use a Horizon to get to Discipline 9, so get 9 rollable. But that would be a way to win, obviously, but very unlikely. And that's about it. In the magic phase, he's going to get +1 strength on the Sergeant on 4 dice. And then my 5 dice to dispel Wild Guardian. He gets through with 4 dice, so he gets double buff on the Sergeant, which is a bad news. He heal 1 model. Those guys going to rally. And that's about it. My turn 6. Yeah, I could have double charge here, try to not kill all and overrun into deployment zone, but that's very unlikely. So I went with the safest approach, which is move the Bastion here to shoot at his unit and charge only with the Lugars. So I know it's a dicey combat, but I was very confident I could get him down under the Lookout Sir and then target him with the rocket battery. So that was the idea here. Into the magic phase, get Pyro Flow into the big unit with reroll to wound, kill only 1. Bastion, I kill enough, like 5 or 6, and then Rocket Battery target his mage and I kill him, so that's a good point for me. Close combat, yeah, I get the Hedge Knight obviously, and the other combat was dicey. I'm on +3 on static, we both roll kind of average. I win by 2, he gets 7 rollable, he sticks with 3 guys, so I get no points. Yeah, fair, I mean, he could have stick that one, it's not that unlikely. But I would have liked, obviously, the extra 300 points could have mattered into the total at the end. We ended up from a 12-8 position for me on the points to a 12-8 for him due to primary secondary. I got only my Incarnium and my Vizier, I got much more, but he got both objective, and that matters a lot, which makes it a win for the KOE. Post-game analysis, yeah, I'm not going to read everything, but I mean, we recall the deployment was a bad idea to split forces. I think split forces when the opponent has so much mobility advantage is not a good idea, let's be honest. Then KOE was for low risk approach, no risky combat taken. He went into the zone that he should have attacked. I'm quite happy that mid-game I was able to identify that I needed to switch the pace to try to get something out of this game, which I did, and ended up raising the score from a 5 to a 8. Endgame challenging for the primary, forcing him to make sacrifice. I realize how hard again it is to push against cavalry with infantry because of the charge range gap, obviously. And maybe 2 things worth mentioning. First surprise was for me the Defender Vanguard on scouts. Didn't know about that. And second one, seems like a low fall a little bit. Wild Guardian and Totemic Summon can take or reason to change their profile in that case. So when you have Wild Guardian under +2 offensive or reason, feels strange, feels unintended. I was a bit surprised by that, let's be honest. And the same of Totemic Summon, apparently you can use like Orison, Ward Save or stuff like that. So, okay, it felt unintended. If it's unintended, it feels strange, no matter what. It feels like those spells shouldn't be unmodifiable, so was a bit strange. But apparently it works, and we saw nothing that would go against that. Anyway, that's it. So a defeat, but not too hard to swallow, too bitter to swallow, because I felt it was a bad matchup, didn't start well, and I was able to recover and still get kind of a decent result considering the matchup, so I was okay with that. I've got harder defeat to swallow. I think that one was an easy game. I made some mistake on the macro and micro level, but overall happy that I was able to do the reaction and save something out of this game that was starting not well. Anyway guys, I hope you liked the battle report and talk to you soon on the channel. Goodbye, take care.